On today's primetime local news, Mayor Albers announces he will be running again for office in the border city. And an old road gets a revamp. Government of Saskatchewan announces $21 million to upgrade Highway 21. Plus, Lakeland College receives a historical gift with the largest donation in the school's history.
Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Mayor Gerald Albers will be running again in this year's municipal election, looking for another 4 years as Lloydminster's mayor. Our Eric Bay has more.
After many questions from the community and long discussions with my wife and family, I am announcing today that I will be seeking a second term as mayor.
Mayor Albers announced his plans to run again after council on Monday, calling his first 4 years as mayor exciting.
I was looking for a challenge when I left the position I was at, from the perspective that I thought I'd step forward. If I was chosen or elected, I would step into it, and I certainly have. And it's been very interesting, very exciting. We have a lot of challenges, but we have so many opportunities in our community. And I'd really appreciate the opportunity to lead the community the next 4 years.
One of Mayor Albers' biggest victories during his term was securing a wastewater treatment plant for the city.
As you can tell, that was a pet project, and I would love to see that come to fruition and be able to say to the Environment Minister, federally and provincially, we did what we promised, and we're providing the best possible service that we can to our taxpayers.
Looking ahead to a possible second term, Mayor Albers wants to show transparency in office, something he emphasized 4 years ago as well.
Certainly transparency, openness and honesty. I hope that's where I'll plan to continue. What you saw today, you'll see tomorrow, and you'll see in the future.
The current economy that Lloydminster faces is also on the mayor's mind.
I think that from a municipal perspective, as mayor and council, we have a responsibility to encourage investment and to do what we can do within reason to help bring economic development.
30% of eligible voters cast a ballot in 2016. This year's election will take place on November 9th. Eric Bay, Primetime Local News.
The drive on Highway 21 will soon be smoother as the Saskatchewan government announced a $21 million partnership to upgrade the highway. 9 kilometers of Frenchman Butte access and 26 kilometers of Highway 21 will be upgraded from a thin membrane surface to asphalt concrete that's better suited for heavy trucks. The RM of Frenchman Butte will be contributing $5.6 million towards the upgrades.
The priority that this council in this region puts on upgrading of that highway, and it will be upgraded beyond what the thin membrane surface roads are, and that is for the benefit of not only the truck traffic that's on it, but also our families that are on it alongside that truck traffic each and every day.
The upgrades will be beneficial to tourism in the area and the AG and energy sectors, since Highway 21 serves as an important corridor for both industries.
To increase the value of our exports by 50%. That means there's going to be more activity on this road in ag products and in energy products, because those are often two of the largest exports that we have out of this province. Construction
is expected to begin in the spring. Earlier today, Lakeland College received a historic donation of $4 million by Armin and Rita Mueller, owners of Canadian rangeland bison and elk, the biggest donation in the school's history. The donation will be going towards multiple different programs at Lakeland, but one program in specific that will be benefiting heavily from the donation is the Animal Science Technology Program.
It's humbling, and it's an experience that's just something hard to imagine. We dreamed a lot about a student-managed ranch, and to be able to have individuals like Armin and Rita who have future visions that help to make a dream really become reality for Lakeland College is beyond comprehensible right now.
The donation will help the school's goal for a student-managed ranch. We will have more on the donation tomorrow. The Border City Rotary Club has their Irish Pub Night coming up in March, and the proceeds will be donated towards the Teddy Bear Project at the Lloydminster Sexual Assault Services. Irish Pub Night is an annual event that's been happening for over 10 years. Every year, the Rotary Club chooses a different project or organization to donate the funds to. Although it was a difficult choice with all the applicants, the club voted on giving towards the Teddy Bear Project.
We have supported other projects with LSAS in the past, and we believe what they do for our community. We believe in it. They do amazing things. To have such an organization to be there to help children and teens as they navigate through their journeys is unreal.
Last year, the event raised up to $22,000 for the Rotary Club to give out. The funds will help with the purchase of teddy bears and bags filled with necessities for the youth in the Little Bear Project.
I think it just means that the community of Lloydminster, the survivors, the children and the teens, are going to have something that they can hold on to in a time when maybe there's not a lot of support there and the community is reaching out.
Irish Pub Night will be on March 21. Tickets are $50 and you can buy them online. And it's pretty nice out there today. Here's our Abby St. John with more on this amazing weather.
Thanks, Judy. It's currently -8 here in Lloydminster. A little cloudy as we have about a 30% chance of some snowfall overnight and dying off early tomorrow morning. Winds coming out of the southeast at 13 kilometers per hour, making it feel closer to -14 with that wind chill. Across Alberta, -5 out in Cold Lake, -4 in Edmonton, -3 in Athabasca and Rocky Mountain House, -1 in Whitecourt, Edson and Jasper, and -10 in Red Deer. And on the Saskatchewan side, -11 in Meadow Lake, -14 in Melfort, -10 in Saskatoon, and -12 in Prince Albert and in North Battleford. And overnight in North Battleford, they'll have a little bit of cloud coverage, about a 30% chance of some snowfall overnight and into early tomorrow morning, dying off before the afternoon. Overnight, the temperature will drop to -15 and that wind will be at 11 kilometers per hour coming in from the southeast. And then tomorrow, there's a daytime high of -2 with a mix of sun and cloud, and that wind will be coming in from the south at 9 kilometers per hour. In Cold Lake overnight, they will remain fairly cloudy, temperature dropping to -12, and that wind will be coming out of the south-southeast at 7 kilometers per hour. Also a chance of some light snowfall tonight and into early tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow they have a daytime high of +1, and that wind will be coming out from the west-southwest at 13 kilometers per hour with the mix of sun and cloud. Here in Lloydminster, overnight will remain fairly cloudy with the temperature dropping to -13 with the wind at 13 kilometers per hour coming in from the south-southeast, and remain that way tomorrow but coming in from the west-southwest with a daytime high of 0 and a mix of sun and cloud. That 0 will feel closer to -11 with that wind chill and a low of -13. And then on Thursday, a partially cloudy day with a high of +2, which will feel closer to -9 and a low of -5. And then on Friday, a nice clear sunny day with a high of +2, which will feel closer to -15 and a low of -4. That is a look at your 3-day forecast. We'll have more news coming up after the break.
Wednesday night will be the final bow for one Bobcat player. Chance Adrian will be throwing on the Bobcat sweater for one last ride. Our Evan Kenny has more in this week's Beyond the Boards.
$112 games played, 48 points, and hours of countless leadership. Wednesday night's matchup against the Olds Grizzlies will be the last for Adrian.
And Chance, being the only 20-year-old on the team, was a big part of keeping him around with his leadership and his capabilities. And then
just away from the rink, trying to hang out with different guys and bring them together as a group, kind of. And yeah, we've been doing a pretty good job as a group of leaders.
Yeah, it's been a thing I tell all the younger guys is it goes by fast. It's my last year, the last 15 games or so coming up, and the biggest thing I try and tell everyone is just enjoy the ride.
player who has added his own spice to the game.
Recover as Adrian and Zinger going at it. Zinger throws a right hand. Zinger coming over top. Adrian going underneath. Adrian's got the left hand free now. Zinger coming over top.
And has tried to perfect the Bobcats recipe on and off the ice.
Yeah, but it's been a blessing coming here to Lloyd. Great organization. Nigel's been a great coach. I've had awesome billets, and the guys are great this year, so that's all you can ask for.
Evan Kenny, Primetime Local Sports.
Beyond the Boards is brought to you by City Center Auto Body. For over 35 years, City Center Auto Body has been your go-to auto body shop.
Sitting volleyball is still quite new in Canada, but the Lakeland Rustlers had the chance to learn many of the differences in gameplay. During a match between Team Canada's sitting volleyball team and the Rustlers volleyball team, some rules and regulations were noticeably different. The net is 3 feet high instead of 8 feet high. The court is almost half of the size, and of course players are sitting down. But there are some rules that only apply in sitting volleyball. A serve can be blocked, a hand can go across the center line, and front row players can come off the ground when hitting. Team Canada makes this difficult sport look very easy.
And they were amazing. They're so talented, and to be able to play against them in an official match, that's for sure something I'll remember forever. And I'll follow that team for sure now as they try and qualify for the Paralympics.
The men's national sitting volleyball team are currently ranked 16th in the world. They will be playing in the qualifiers in March to hopefully compete in the Paralympics in Tokyo this year. And here's a look at your evening weather with our Abby St. John.
Thanks, Judy. Taking a look at our satellite radar, there is some snow activity making its way more east towards us. We have about a 30% chance of seeing some light snowfall this evening and into early tomorrow morning. A lot of the region could be experiencing that snowfall overnight and into tomorrow as well, especially Cold Lake as well. And then heavier cloud coverage making its way throughout the province and into Saskatchewan. There's nothing too severe happening on the Saskatchewan side just yet, just a little bit of cloud coverage down in North Battleford. There's about a 30% chance of some snowfall tonight as well, dying off by tomorrow afternoon. Across Saskatchewan, your current temperature is -8 here in Lloydminster, as well as in St. Walburg and Pearceland, -9 in Isle Cross, Green Lake and Meadow Lake, -7 in Maidstone, -2 in Macklin, and -12 in North Battleford. And on the Alberta side, -3 in Provost, -6 in Vermilion, Marwayne and Bonnyville, -4 out in Edmonton, -9 in Vegreville, -7 in St. Paul, -5 in Cold Lake, and -2 in Lac La Biche. And tomorrow, 0 here in Lloydminster is your daytime high, as well as out in Marwayne. +1 in Wainwright, Vermilion, St. Paul, Bonnyville, and Cold Lake, and 2 in Provost, Vegreville, Edmonton, and Lac La Biche. And on the Saskatchewan side, -2 up in Isle Cross and down in North Battleford, 0 in Green Lake and Meadow Lake, 1 in Pearceland, -1 in Maidstone, -3 in St. Walburg, and +2 out in Macklin. Overnight across the region, heavier cloud coverage rolling in overnight tonight with chances of some snowfall. -14 in Meadow Lake, -12 in Isle Cross and Bonnyville, -13 in Pearceland and Paradise Hill, -15 in Unity, -10 in Provost, and -11 in Murnum and Wainwright for your overnight temperatures. Your school day forecast for tomorrow at 8 a.m. it'll be around -10 with a fairly cloudy day, which will be the trend for most of the day. At recess time, it'll be around -7, -4 around lunchtime, and then by the time school is out, it should be around 0, and the sun should also be peeking through those clouds, and a low of -13 for tomorrow. On Thursday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of +2 and a low of -5. On Friday, a nice sunny, clear day with a high of +2 as well, and a low of -4. On Saturday, there's a 79% chance of some snowfall with a high of 0 and a low of -7. On Sunday, a high of -7 and a low of -9 with a fairly cloudy day. Back on Monday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of -2 and a low of -12. And then on Tuesday, a 73% chance of snow with a high of -5 and a low of -19. That is a look at your 7-day forecast. We'll have more news in the question of the day coming up after the break.
Well, today is National Pancake Day to prepare for Lent, of course. So the question was, do you eat pancakes? And if so, how many can you eat in a sitting? Now, Lent obviously is a very special thing for Christians and all of us and stuff like that. But the pancakes came in after a while. So you eat them just to get yourself stuffed up so that the next day you can fast. But I love pancakes, and I can eat probably 3 to 4. And then I'm like, oh, yeah. I gotta lay down because I ate too much. But yeah, I can eat a lot.
Yeah, if it's my mom's pancakes, her homemade pancakes, then yes, I can sit down and eat. Yeah. During school, we always celebrated Shrove Tuesday because I went to Catholic school, so we had pancake breakfast every year. Yeah. But they use like the box pancake mixes. They're making pancakes for 1,500 kids, plus admin and staff and all that. So I never liked the pancake mix in the box that you buy from the store because I was growing up on homemade. Oh. So I can eat about 3 or 4 of those and then like 1 or 2 of the pancake mix. But looking at our comments, we had like the average range between 2, 4, 5. One lady commented saying that her son ate 7 last night, and I'm pretty impressed because that is a lot of pancakes to consume.
I wonder if it was a small amount, like or smaller ones or the normal kind of, Yeah. Anyway, but you know what, whenever you go to fast, basically, you need to eat carbs. Because you need to kind of have a lot of carbs. It makes you think better and that kind of stuff. So a lot of people eat that. And I think breakfast became one of those big things. So Pancake Day became a national day just because I think a lot of people are like, you know, it's fun to have a national day of every type of thing. Pancakes are one of them.
And you can have them for dinner, too.
You can have them for dinner.
I mean, breakfast for dinner is the best. So having some pancakes, a little bacon, and some eggs.
Oh, I love brunch.
So good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Brunch, pancakes, and eggs, and bacon, and all that kind of stuff, right? Anyway, on that note, thanks for sending your pet pics for a chance to win a gift card from the Pet Pad.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
Today I'm joined here with Becca from the SPCA, and she's brought in this very happy-go-lucky boy dog named Sean. Just adorable, full of energy, and just so gentle. Tell me a little bit about his story and how he came to the SPCA.
Yeah, he just came in as a stray. He was a little bit underweight and everything, so we had him in the back for a bit to, you know, fatten him up and everything, but he's always been a very happy boy. Like initially he was a little bit shy of us, but he soon realized that we're the ones that give him food and treats, and he liked us a lot. So yeah, ever since, I mean, he gets a little excited and he'll pee a little bit, but I mean, what puppy really doesn't?
Exactly.
But yeah, he's basically ready to meet anyone that wants to come meet him.
Definitely over that shy period for everyone, because he did not, he was definitely not shy when he was meeting all of us, so that's always nice. Little shy phase is now over, which is fun. Tell me a little bit about his personality. How does he interact with other dogs, going by the cat condos and the kennels? How is he around other animals?
Yeah, we haven't noticed anything of concern, anything like that. He, you know, I think he's ready to meet anybody that wants to come near him. I think it's a little bit of a bit of a downfall on him too, because he pretty much just goes full force into meeting whoever he wants to meet. So sometimes he needs to learn a little bit more to be calm and wait for, you know, both parties to come towards each other. But I mean, yeah, other than that, like he has the full wiggle when he's happy, and he's the cutest boy.
And besides, you mentioned the full force excitement.
Yeah.
Would he be suited with really any family, any home settings?
Yeah, like I think so. Again, with like, you know, if you're not like strong with like training dogs kind of thing, maybe not one with younger kids. But I mean, like he's a quick learner, and like, you know, you have the treats and he's pretty much at full attention, and he just, like, again, he loves everything that he meets. So we really think that he would be good in any home setting. He just needs that training to not jump up as much, and to be, you know, he's still very lanky and floppy and clumsy too. So yeah, it would be, he could have the potential to knock a little one over, but I mean, he's not intentionally trying to hurt anything.
Not dangerous.
Yeah,
Or just wants to play, just wants to love. Now we were talking a little bit off camera. The SBC is kind of flopped. So now you're not as full on cats. Now you're just full on dogs. So tell me just a little bit about what's been going on with the dog front, and then you guys are now calling off the waiting list for cats as well.
Yeah, so we have called a few people. We did actually have to clean out one of our cat condos to put puppies into. But every kennel for our dogs is full. Like, I believe one just was reclaimed this morning, which is thankfully we're struggling a little bit. It's all these puppies that we have coming in. We do have puppies that will be going up for viewing and adoption on Friday for our Pet Smart adoption event as well too. So we're really hoping, like, to do a puppy post, and, you know, getting a lot of people seeing these puppies and hopefully getting them excited. Because then with the little Pyrenees fluff balls we have at the shelter as well too, they are, like, they would be great, like, farm type dogs. So we're getting them spay neutered on Monday as well. So we're hoping that we can find them homes as soon as possible.
I'm sure you won't have an issue, because everyone loves puppies. And they're always the fastest to go, from what I've experienced and from what I know. Speaking of your pet adoption weekend, that's coming up this weekend at PetSmart, correct? So a little bit of details on what people can expect, who's going to be out there, if Sean is still available, will he be there?
We haven't, we were thinking about getting Sean his rabies vaccine, but we might do it closer to the event. We do have a full litter that we will be taking Friday, and those are the ones that will be going up for that whole general adoption viewing, everything that day. So then if we might get them done on Thursday, so then if all those puppies do go, then we can take them throughout the rest of the weekend. But yeah, so it's Friday from 3 to 7. We're doing 4 hours on the Friday, just because we think that these puppies will hopefully really go. And then Saturday, Sundays from 12 to 3.
And really quickly before we wrap up, as the weather is getting a little bit warmer, I want to touch on this. Have you been noticing more strays coming in, or how has the season kind of been for those stray animals that have been left out?
Yeah, for the most part, I mean, like, we've obviously noticed it more when it's colder outside. Now that it is warming up, it's not as common for us to be getting phone calls, but I mean, it's, you know, regardless, we still have that waiting list, and we still are trying to get all those people that are very patiently waiting to get these cats and dogs into, kind of thing. So, but yeah, we haven't noticed a real influx or anything. We do anticipate kitten season to be starting again soon, especially since this winter hasn't really been that awful or anything. So we did have a litter of kittens, like, born at the shelter just last week as well. So we anticipate that to be starting and to fill up again quite quickly. But again, with the waiting list too, we're going to fill up. And then having to clean out our condo as well, we had to put those cats in bays and things like that. So we are still full to a degree, but yeah, not in the dog situation as well too. We're just, that's a new one for us for a while. So so we're really hoping to find everybody their homes.
Well, it's good that the cats aren't full as well, so then that gave a little bit of relief. Yes. Well, thank you so much for bringing in Sean, and hopefully he finds his forever home, because he will bring excitement and joy to anyone's house.
Yes, he will, yes.
Manage your waste and recyclables with Quick Pick Waste Disposal. 100% locally owned and proud to serve and support the communities we call home. Quick Pick, the convenient solution to avoid pollution.
I'm Justin with Boom 1019 and Hot 93.7, and here's what's happening. The Relay for Life is kicking off in Wainwright at the Wainwright High School on Saturday, May 30th. This event starts at 11 and ends at 11 p.m. Make sure you check this one out. If you'd like to register, you can visit relayforlife.ca/Wainwright. No one should face cancer alone. The Vic Juba is getting a whole bunch of fantastic acts. This weekend, you have the Great Big C's Alan Doyle, which we are actually giving away tickets for currently on our show. Make sure you're listening, 8:30 a.m. for the cue to call on that one. If you win a pair of tickets, you automatically get entered into a draw to win a meet and greet and a signed poster with Alan Doyle, which is pretty awesome. And then you have the Snowden Comedy Tour that is taking place on March 5th. That features a whole bunch of award-winning and hilarious comics. You're not going to want to miss out on that one, trust me. And Warm Up to Wainwright is taking place at CFB Wainwright on March 5th as well. That is going down at 4:30 to 6:30, a nice evening event with the family. There's going to be free hot dogs, a character artist, special guests, plus demonstrations and samples from local businesses and organizations. Lots of stuff happening this week. Make sure you check it out. I'm Justin with Boom 1019 and Hot 93.7, and that's what's happening.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
In studio today, joining me is Austin and Taylor Dyer, head coaches of the men's and women's Lakeland College Rustlers volleyball teams. Guys, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yep, thanks for having us.
Obviously, playoffs are coming up, and for both of you guys, you know, there's some pressure for the men. It's, I guess, that pressure of not having been in it for a while. And for the women, I guess it's almost that dynasty, that legacy, trying to keep it going. How do you guys sort of, I guess, deal with that pressure going in?
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep doing what we've been doing the last number of years. This season's been different, obviously, as we graduated three fifth-year players last year, and you know there could be an argument that they might have been the 3 best players in the league, and so you know trying to replace those players, it's not really something you can do right away. But you know my young players that came in to take their spots they've been great, and so it's been fun to watch them develop and get through all of that. And then we had a really good regular season, and so now heading into playoffs, it's about those young players getting that playoff experience. And so, you know, most of them have been around to watch and to see what that looks like, but it's never the same until you're actually in it. And so, you know, we're hoping we're going to be able to make some noise at conference championships this coming week. But, you know, even if we don't, you know, I think the experience and everything that's gained from just being in those pressure situations and in the playoffs, it's going to go a long way for our program moving forward.
And for the men's team.
And for us, we keep talking as a group that like the pressure, there shouldn't be any pressure for us. I think the pressure has been the last few years of that core group of veteran guys that have worked so hard to try and get to this point, to get back into the playoffs, to turn our program around, to turn our culture around. It's been really awesome to watch them grow, and I think they put so much pressure on themselves to get to this point. I just want them to continue with, you know, to not give up, not be satisfied with just making playoffs, and now let's see if we can make some noise and really put some pressure on some teams and then continue to build on that so that, again, we can maybe be more like the women's program who are in the playoffs year after year after year, and then eventually, you know, medaling and getting to nationals and those types of things. So again, hopefully not much pressure as far as this weekend is concerned, because I think we just want to be there and really make some noise and let the pressure be on the other teams.
Now, obviously, for the men, you guys are going down to Lethbridge, and they are the host team. What's that going to be like having to play that first game against the host in a gymnasium that they're familiar with and you guys aren't?
Yeah, you know what? As far as those guys have never been there, it's going to be a real cool experience. So again, we're just going to enjoy the moment and take it all in and not let that be a factor, hopefully, right? I mean, it's hard to tell how the guys will respond once we get in there, but I think the environment that they're going to get to play in is going to be like they've never seen before. And so, again, it just adds to the excitement, it adds to the experience, and hopefully they're able to play their style of volleyball and play our game regardless of who our opponent is or where we're playing. But I think it's going to be an awesome experience for them.
And then Austin, you guys are going down to Medicine Hat, and your first game's against Red Deer College. How do you stack up against them?
Yeah, you know, we're going to be in tough. Red Deer's, they're a very good team. They're coached by one of the best coaches in the country. And you know, if we were to match up player for player, you know, we're going to be in pretty tough against them. But we're a completely different type of team than all of the top teams that are going to be there. You know, we're smaller, we're built around ball control, defense, and you know, a team like us can be very frustrating for a bigger, more physical team that's relying on all offense all the time and not really expecting the ball to come back. And so, you know, the goal for us is going to be to force the issue and you know, to try to get our opponents to make a number of mistakes that they're not used to by, again, controlling the ball and getting it to continue to go back over. But that being said, you know, if we're in system, we're a very potent team. You know, our offense can run at a very high level, and so like our top end is good enough to win the tournament. The only area that we're going to struggle and run into is if we're out of system, because we're going to be significantly smaller than all the other top teams there. It's hard for us to compete if we don't control the ball very well, and so you know, for us, it's not going to matter who our opponent is. We're going to have to play our style regardless of who we're playing against. And if we're able to do that and you know, add some consistency with that, we'll have a chance to beat anybody. Just the only difference from this year from previous years is if we don't do that, you know, scores can get pretty lopsided. We can get completely blown out and lose 25-10, but then still have the opportunity to come back and win. And so that's just kind of the dynamic and how my team is built this year. And so it's going to be interesting to see how that goes against a team that's very well coached and you know, has a lot of good players.
Well, thank you guys for coming in, and we wish you all the best of luck this weekend in the ACAC playoffs.
Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, a high of 0 and a low of -12 for tomorrow, and then a high of +2 on Thursday and Friday. On Saturday, to start your weekend off, there's a 79% chance of snow with a high of 0. On Sunday, it will be a high of -7. Back on Monday, it will be a high of -2. And then on Tuesday, a 73% chance of snow with a high of -5 to wrap up your 7-day forecast.
Oh, 0 and 2 +2s are amazing.
Not
I love
bad.
it.
It's not getting super cold.
Yeah.
You know, we're still in the single digits for right now with a little bit of wind, but hasn't been too bad.
Hasn't been anything above 0 for me is happy campers. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the low digits.
Yeah, in the low digits.
Yeah.
And then it starts to go into the -7s and stuff like that on Sunday. And then
Little
you're kinda
gray
like, I don't know
area.
about that anyway. And that's a wrap. Thanks for watching, everybody. And we'll see you again tomorrow.